8 places where you wouldn't believe someone lives. Most of us live in houses that we consider quite normal. However, this concept is not the same for everyone, and there are many people who inhabit quite peculiar houses. In this video, we will see some inhabited places that seem to come out of a science fiction story. So, get comfortable, because we're gonna see 8 places where you wouldn't believe someone lives. Without further ado, let's begin. This huge settlement is known in China for being one of the most important Buddhist centers in the world. One of the most notable features is that the constructions are so close to each other that there is practically no free space to move around the streets. Despite this, it is one of the most visited sites in the Asian country by Buddhist pilgrims who visit the city to continue their studies. When we look at these images, it is incredible to think that such a density of buildings can exist around a temple. If you are someone who values their personal space, then the city of 10,000 casayas would not be a good option to live in. If you don't like garbage accumulating in your house, imagine living in it. Well, at least that's what it said about this city located in Cairo, Egypt. The city of trash is a site characterized by accumulating an incredible amount of waste in the streets, functioning as a true waste management center. The people who live here specialize in sorting, separating, and treating all kinds of garbage, managing to make money with everything the city can waste. Even some people take advantage of food waste to raise animals like pigs for meat sale. However, this does not eliminate the fact that these are very unhealthy environments where a large number of pests and diseases can thrive. Nevertheless, many people can live here without problems, and for many generations they have dedicated themselves to waste treatment in the Egyptian city of Cairo. Also known as the Sacred Mountain of Fanjingshan, this is a site declared a World Heritage Site. The buildings located at the top of these mountains are 2 Buddhist temples that are heavily frequented by devotees of the religion, as well as tourists from all over the world. Both buildings are separated by a gigantic abyss, which is connected by a small bridge. The panoramic views are simply breathtaking, considering the heights at which they are located and the extensive natural forests that surround these buildings. If you would like to visit, you should be willing to climb more than 9,000 steps, something I would not recommend unless you are in perfect health. It is also not advisable if you have problems with vertigo or a fear of heights. If you are enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Every like is of great help to continue creating interesting content. Let's continue. In southern Thailand, we can find one of the most peculiar cities in the world. The images speak for themselves. We can see that the buildings are literally on the water, with views of truly unique landscapes of the Thai beaches. Logically, its inhabitants often adopt an aquatic way of life for sustenance and are almost entirely dedicated to fishing. However, it is also a highly visited site by tourists seeking adventures in exotic places like this one. Currently, it is possible to find a wide variety of restaurants, mosques, schools, football fields, and souvenir shops. All of this is made possible by the wooden structures underneath the foundations of their buildings, which were anchored several decades ago on the shore and provide the necessary stability to stay out of the water. In short, it has everything necessary for its inhabitants to enjoy a comfortable and sustainable life. This construction located in central Greece looks like something out of a fairy tale. This is what we might think when we see these spectacular aerial shots in which we observe the buildings suspended on ancient rock formations 400 meters high. Although these monasteries could have been built in the 11th century, archaeologists found evidence that they had been inhabited for over 23,000 years. For this reason, it is considered a noteworthy site with a lot of history. Currently, the monasteries of Meteora are considered religious and spiritual sites, being the home of countless Orthodox monks for several hundred years. They themselves are responsible for keeping these structures intact, as well as following a strict lifestyle. Without a doubt, an acceptable cost considering the incredible place where they reside. I suppose we all agree that the desert doesn't seem like a very friendly place to live. Nevertheless, there are cities like Manmata, a village located in the heart of Tunisia. Despite the arid environment, the houses seem to be quite cozy. This is because they are partially buried and have exquisite decorations. These places function as tunnels that are connected to countless buildings, making it possible to explore the city through them. As you probably know, the desert is characterized by being quite hot during the day but cold at night. However, thanks to these characteristics, the climate inside the houses is pleasant in all seasons, something that avoids the excessive use of refrigeration or heating appliances. Despite all this, the village became famous after being the location where the famous Star Wars fiction saga was filmed. Currently, they use this as one of their tourist attractions and offer tours of the areas where the characters appeared. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to not miss any video. We upload videos every week. Join our community and be the first to see our content. Let's continue. Most of the ancient cities are characterized by having huge walls that protect their inhabitants. However, this city has a very different strategy. As we can see, the houses are built on a plateau, forming an imposing natural wall that seems to be defying gravity. Mountain Fortress is located in the north of Iraq and is inhabited by more than 6,000 people. Being so old, it has the cultural influence of an immense number of civilizations, something that can be reflected in its architectural works. Getting there is not easy at all, since its only access is a road that crosses a large number of mountains and curves. Still, we have no doubt that the result makes the effort worthwhile. Cusco was considered many centuries ago as the capital of the Inca Empire, a very ancient civilization that covered a large portion of territories in South America. Today, it is a very busy city in Peru that combines history with beautiful landscapes. By having a combination of Inca and colonial culture, we can find here a great diversity of structures that combine both styles. It is also the closest site to the imposing citadel of Machu Picchu, whose structures have remained almost intact since 1420. These incredible buildings also proved to be very resistant to natural phenomena such as heavy storms or earthquakes, which seems to indicate that the Incas were true experts in architecture. Fortunately, anyone who wishes to visit this imperial city can do so peacefully, as tourism is one of its main activities. These were the 8 places where you wouldn't believe someone lives. After seeing these surprising places, there is no doubt about the human ability to adapt to different environments. Personally, I would like to enjoy a good vacation in some of these places to experience their cultures and beautiful landscapes, although it definitely wouldn't be a good idea in the city of garbage. I hope you enjoyed this video and tell me in the comments in which of these houses you would like to live. See ya!